Hello everyone, in this video we'll learn Newton's formulation of the three laws of motion. First, have you ever realized why you are standing the floor and walking while you're not flying in air? It's gravity. Let's see. First, what is gravitational force? Gravitational force is the attraction between any two bodies in nature at distance due to their masses. Our scientist Newton, he was an English mathematician who recognized one of the most influential scientists. This legend discovered the gravity with his famous story as when he saw a falling apple when he was thinking about nature, and he realized that the same force must be acting on falling object like apple. And he was thinking and he called it gravity. The moon is only a projectile circling around the earth under attraction of gravity. The moon's gravitational pull is 1/6 of Earth's gravitational pull. A person weight 150 in Earth would weigh no more than 25 pounds in the moon. Imagine how far you could jump on these two places. Now let's talk about the three laws of motion. First law, Newton's stand that an object at rest means at rest and the object in motion maintain its velocity. Let's take more example for understanding. Here the ball motion stay in motion, object at rest stay at rest unless acted upon by the outside force. Some more example, the football on the goal post. Here the ball acted like an unbalanced force and changed speed and can change direction. Now let's move to the second law, Newton's second law. Its standard states that the acceleration of an object is directly related to the net force and related to its mass. Let's take some examples. Here is the difference between the first law and the second one. Because the mass of each ball is different, each ball will travel a different distance and different speed when it's hit the same force. Example 2. Here the man is making twice amount the force to accelerate the wagon, but in order to accelerate or move you have to apply force. Let's talk about gravity in general. Gravity is divided into four sections. First, gravitational force is the attraction between any two objects. First one, mass and weight. Weight is equal to the force of gravity in Earth. Object is proportional to object mass, and weight is actually depends on the effect of gravity. Second, law of universal gravitation. It states that every point mass in the universe attracts each other. Say there is two objects A and B separated by a distance d. Distance between the centers is considered the distance each between two objects and not the distance. Assume that the mass of object is m1 and the object B is m2. As object A is bigger, let's say m1 is bigger than m2, so it's the law of universal. The free fall, the gravitational force between Earth and the space station that keeps it all objects in Earth orbit in the space station not moving it would fall straight toward center in the Earth. The orbit it's constantly in free fall and it's constantly round in its orbit. All people in object space station are falling together. They are weightless. So it's the absence of air resistance. Last part in the gravity is the projectile motion. It's the motion of object that's thrown into the air. The object is called projectile and have two components, vertical and horizontal. Then we have Newton's third law, which states on that if object exert a force in object, this object must be exert a force of magnitude. Example 1, the cannon fired, exerting a force and cannonball that exhibited Newton's third law. This circle is the result of the action-reaction force pairs in the gunpowder that rotates hot gases that expand outward, allowing the recoil to push forward on the bolt, and it constant with Newton's third law. And the acceleration of the recoiling recoil is greater than the acceleration of the bolt, be similar than the acceleration of the bolt. Last part we have for today is the momentum. It's the force when object is moving to direction based on masses and velocity, and the kind of momentum is known as an angular momentum, and it is calculated by multiplying object mass by its speed. Thank you very much for listening and hope you enjoyed this lesson.